the new lawsuit coming with Jay.
Yeah.
The part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like I had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged.
It's a billionaire, bro. She's like, I hate you, man. I was unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year.
There is a lot of excitement on the streets because it seems like 50 Cent is still pursuing Diddy and Jay-Z. Maybe this time he just dumped receipts that would have shaken the table. 50 has been out there for weeks berating everyone who didn't speak up while Diddy was allegedly acting insane behind the scenes. 50 stated, "Nope, not." In spite of certain celebrities' attempts to act as though they were ignorant of what was happening. He's claiming that Hobb knew he had assisted in the cover-up. To be clear, he began mentioning Jay-Z and hanging more receipts after 50. Without any announcements, events, or paparazzi, Jay-Z vanished from the public eye. He is acting lethargically, and many are starting to wonder if the pressure is getting to him because if 50's claims are true, Jay was assisting Diddy in hiding all of that awful stuff out here. This might be even more severe than we first thought. Does Jay-Z really have a secret? Or is 50 there an increasing number of charges being made as Diddy's trial heats up? In the courtroom, Cassie is giving testimony and dropping bombshells about what truly transpired behind those closed doors. And you are all among the most as a result of the arrests, charges, and litigation that have surrounded this case. Some of Diddy's supposed close friends have been as silent as crickets. This is where things get tricky. One male escort gave the unsettling evidence, claiming that Diddy had coerced him into doing certain things to Cassie during one of those purported freak-offs. Not a message. Not a message. And as everyone knows, Diddy and Jay-Z have been tight for a long time. They've done business together, called each other brothers, and of course, had that infamous billionaire brunch where they showed off their power and influence.
The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
He was gonna blow up his car allegedly, and so when they sit down at dinner, Kid Cudi's like, well, what about my
50 Cent isn't having any of it. Jay-Z is acting as if he doesn't know anything and has no support, remarks, or shade now that Diddy is under fire. He simply went viral and posted old videos of Diddy and Jay embracing while commenting, "Friends, ultimately, Jay, you remain there. We destroyed Kid Cudi's vehicle to show him who is in charge." He mentioned the long-running rumor that Diddy sent a conveyed by really blowing up Kid Cudi's vehicle. Many people have been claiming for years that Jay-Z was involved, even helping Diddy recruit the muscle to carry it out. Currently, everything is coming back to haunt them. But that's only one of the apart from aiding Diddy in keeping the Kid Cudi issue under wraps. Jay is also charged with assisting in the concealment of other nefarious secrets, including Kathy White's purported scheme to come forward and disclose her affair. Guess who was there to handle it? She fled before she could say anything, reportedly with Jay-Z. At least that's what the rumor is saying.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Do you recall Uncle Ron, the bodyguard that Jay-Z once had? He passed away from what they claim was pneumonia, but nobody believes that, especially since Uncle Ron was about to make bombshell claims to the public. He even asserted that he had received offers of money to survive from Diddy and Jay-Z. Little Biggie, you are all aware that for years, there has been a conspiracy notion that Diddy had Biggie taken out in order to continue making money off of his notoriety. Uncle Ron died suddenly from an unusual pneumonia just as he was about to report to the authorities, which is more likely a cover-up than a coincidence.
Why is nobody really looking into what happened to Uncle Ron? Why is nobody talking about the email that was sent to Tough News that stated allegedly Kathy White and Kim Porter were very much so in touch.
And the list is endless, people. In addition, Jaguar Wright criticized Diddy and Jay, saying for months that they are complicit in a huge disaster. She even brought up Kim Porter, who reportedly authored a book in which she revealed all of her knowledge about Diddy but passed away before it was released. Jay is also said to have assisted in concealing that. Alb, who inexplicably went into a coma, will be the next to go, along with Heavy D. Since his return, Albie has publicly stated that he is ready to testify against Diddy since he supposedly had crucial knowledge on what truly happened to Kim Porter and who helped to keep it a secret. One name is resonating across the streets. The Jay-Z
have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's just be honest for a second. It was considered that Kanye West was exaggerating when he said that Jay-Z had murderers. But now that I think about it, it appears like he might have been telling the truth.
For example, when he felt the way about Jay-Z, and he went up on that stage right before he got hospitalized years ago when he was on tour, and he says, Jay-Z want to kill.
Honestly, we shouldn't be surprised that Jay-Z is associated with Diddy in any of this, considering Jay was recently defending himself against a horrible lawsuit. Diddy was supposedly present when he allegedly had an affair with a 13-year-old girl, as you may remember from court records and allegations. According to the account, they both attacked her jointly, although I'm not positive. People think that Jay-Z used his riches and power to coerce the victim behind closed doors, had the whole thing swept up and tossed aside as if it had never happened, and intimidated her. But at the moment, it seems like the birds of a feather phrase is true. These soldiers had spent years flying in the same filthy skies.
The Alabama woman who said she was raped by rappers Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs when she was 13 has actually withdrawn her law.
Even though Jay-Z made an effort to seem indifferent, such as by coming to the Mufasa, the Lion King premiere with Blue Ivy, 50 Cent was not going to ignore that either. 50 got on the internet and ridiculed him again, writing, Jay said they said I graded a kid. Get dressed, everyone. We're going to see Mufasa, haha. Like 50 isn't cool or have a filter. He's not just through his trolling. He exposes your hypocrisy and your supposed involvement with children. Not to be overlooked are the Foxy Brown allegations. Jay-Z has a contentious background as well. Because of the age gap and pressure from the industry, the relationship was always tense. And Jay-Z is accused of stealing her V-card when she was still a juvenile. When the story started to spread, she was barely on the law, if she was at all.
Allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Additionally, since we're on the timeline train, let's talk about Beyonce because, if you really sit down and figure it out, Jay started dating her when she was supposedly still an adolescent. The math doesn't match. The media likes to claim, affirm that she was of legal age, but the dates have been unclear. And again, no one wants to bring it up because it involves Beyonce and Jay-Z, but we have to talk about it.
You know, I gotta ask. I mean, a lot of people think, yes, these two are together. What's going on?
Now let's look at Premier Satterthwaite's argument. Jay-Z's alleged hidden son, Ramir, has been trying to get a DNA test from Jay for years, but every time Rai comes to offer evidence, Jay constantly sidesteps the topic as though his life depended on it. Rai's mother was just 16 when Jay-Z had intercourse with her, if the DNA test comes back positive. For this reason, the records are abruptly damaged or sealed.
Yeah, when Jay did a project with R. Kelly, knowing that he had ripped Aaliyah.
Moreover, the list appears to be growing all the time. How many warning indicators are necessary? Notwithstanding reports of R. Kelly's disturbing behavior, let's go back in time to Jay and Kelly's connection. Jay-Z completed an album and tour with Kelly, despite the fact that it was widely known that she had married Aaliyah when she was 15. This caused a big rift with Dame Dash, who wasn't at all happy about it. I guess Jay, though, didn't appear to worry about morals.
Spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which it fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail.
This is where a now deleted interview with Piers Morgan gets pretty messy. And now consider the business he has maintained. Jay-Z consistently emerges clean despite similar claims against Diddy and R. Kelly. Jaguar Wright made a startling admission after years of disparaging the company. Jay-Z was the true inspiration behind the Me Too movement. Pulled R. Kelly down in the end. She claimed that Jay-Z paid for part of it and even coerced some of the women to come forward, burying R. Kelly and protecting his own name more than necessarily seeking justice. Put differently, she asserted that Jay covered Kelly up so he might avoid punishment even if he had his own secrets.
Then I'm like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out. No, take me. That's what the guy says to him.
Despite everything we just revealed, some people will still come out here and say things like, oh, 50 Cent is just bitter. He's salty. He's mad he isn't in the real world. And the more 50 Cent prods, the more things that come up. So let's keep it peaceful. Jay-Z's name is all over this, which, for the time being, sounds like a real-life scandal web. The billionaire boys club, okay. But we all know that 50 doesn't love Diddy. Let's face it, it's hardly even up for debate. And it all started years ago when Diddy allegedly tried to claim his new toy by taking 50 people shopping like a sugar daddy. 50 was not amenable to Diddy's attempts to court him and said that he was getting too friendly. Indeed, he said he almost hit him.
They were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. What is the issue?
Every time Diddy has been in the headlines since, whether it's a party, a scandal, or an FBI raid, 50 has been there with a crude Instagram post, a meme, or a whole film mocking him. Even after the federal government raided Diddy's properties, Diddy's own kid decided to take shots at 50 instead of giving up, and he has been dragging him relentlessly like clockwork. Let's be clear, these dudes are not cool, never have been, and never will be. Their petty behavior is exacerbated when 50 and Jay-Z are involved. Sequences. Let's talk about the Super Bowl turmoil so you can remember the amazing halftime show that featured Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Kendrick. The NFL's head of music, Jay-Z, allegedly tried to stop 50 Cent from taking part by claiming that the NFL had a problem with 50 and that he wasn't a good fit. Let's just say that he was being spiteful and blatantly nasty. When the opportunity to exclude him presented itself, Jay took advantage of it since he didn't like that 50 could publicly ridicule him and his pals and still win.
They were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. What is the issue?
50 continues to perform as a clown nowadays. During the Renaissance tour, a press article arose stating that Bianchi's ticket sales were not as high as they once were. Unable to resist, 50 took to Instagram and shared a screenshot of the headline along with the remark, "It's getting real out here, hey. The tickets aren't selling." And guess what's even messier? On Twitter, Jay-Z has not responded, clapped back, defended Bianchi, or even posted a joke. The issue is, a week after the Diddy trial started, Jay-Z is not present, not even for a picture, while testimonies are being given and names are being dropped in court. People are starting to think that Jay might have really gone into hiding, not just lying low, but completely out of the public eye because, let's be honest, it will look bad if additional victims come forward and Jay's name becomes involved in this RICO-style nightmare. According to some reports, Jay might even be preparing to flee to a country without extradition regulations. 50 Cent isn't just stirring the pot when he posts clowns and leaks. He's expressing what the public already believes, which is that people have been supporting Jay-Z for years and are curious about how he avoids all these bullets while being so close to people who have fallen hard for it. Whether he is subpoenaed to testify is still up in the air, but the rumors are already circulating. Reports about Foxy Beyonce's chronology, we knew that Rymer's paternity issue wasn't right. Therefore, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you Believe Jay-Z is genuinely concealing something? Is Kanye telling the truth when he says Jay had killers, now that everything makes sense? Do you believe that 50 Cent is truly exposing people? Or is this all simply old grudges and retaliation? Please remember to hit the bell icon, like this video, and subscribe if you've read this far so you don't miss a second of what's to come. Let's continue the discussion by sharing your thoughts in the space provided below.